She just got back from Cambodia. What she has seen and experienced captivates us all. Cheryl?
Well, you know, it was, we spent a lot of our time in Cambodia, actually, in a town that is known worldwide for child sex trafficking. It's probably one of the most notorious towns in the world. And it's such an interesting experience to be there because a lot of the trade now has gone underground. You know, it used to be that you drive down the street, pedophiles or pimps will come right to your window, offer you kids that are standing right there. You don't see any of that anymore. And you could almost pretend this is a dingy little town in Southeast Asia, but it's not. And when you walk with the experts of the town, you know, they would tell me, in this building right here is a holding pen, and there are children in here that are drugged up during the day. And pimps come into the town, and we actually did some interviews at a cafe where pedophiles will come meet with pimps and make arrangements for the kids to be delivered to their hotel. And so you can see it's a lot harder now for police to do anything about this issue because they can't just go bust up a brothel. It's not happening in brothels anymore. It's happening in individuals' hotel rooms where parents or pimps deliver the kids right to the pedophile.
These bad guys know the world is watching now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheryl, are these orphans? Are their parents selling them? How old are they?
You know, the kids are anywhere from 5 and 6 years old up. And it is their parents many times, or their grandparents who are selling them, or who are traffickers themselves.
They're just so desperately poor. That's the only way one of the ways they can find income is through selling their children.
And it's hard to understand because Cambodia is a broken down society, right from the Khmer Rouge wiping out, you know, so many of the people, kids killing their parents. I mean, it's just a completely broken society. So I don't think that we can understand it in terms of our healthy parenting and our normal family structure here. It's just the idea, even the Asian idea that kids have to support their family is a big part of what's been twisted. It's your job to bring me money, so go sell yourself.
Now, through Crossroads Relief and Development, we're partnering with an organization there that is making a huge difference. Tell us about what's happening and who we're helping there.
Yeah, it's great. We work with a ministry that is absolutely transforming that town. And you know, when we started working there 5 years ago, actually they started before we even started funding them, about 98% of the kids in that town were being sold, which is absolutely unbelievable. And so I remember a day here when my cameraman was shooting a school that we fund, bringing a lot of these kids to school. And when he was done, the person who runs this ministry had said to us, you know, about 60 to 70% of those kids are raped every night. And I saw his face because, like I said, you can kind of pretend this is just a little dingy town, but this is absolutely going on. These kids are absolutely either at risk or currently being trafficked. But again, it's down from 98% to 60 to 70% through programs that we fund, from Kids Club to a school, to a medical center, to a
schools
church.
We're looking at
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. This is what people's dollars who've been giving to Crossroads Missions. You know, we work with Ratnac International and AIM International in that town, and they are just absolutely revolutionizing the town in so many different ways. One of the ways I absolutely loved was kickboxing. I don't know if any of you guys watch it. It's a bit of a scary sport, but they've been funding a gym there for years for pimps. Basically the idea, like, how do we reach the tough guys, you know? So they gave them a free gym, and it has evolved now, since I've been back, into actually a kickboxing gym. They have their own team. You have to quit trafficking in order to be on the team. And you gotta understand, these guys will not quit trafficking because they lose face. They're making like $20,000 a month doing this. So it's a bad thing to quit, but the kickboxing team is on television. So they will quit trafficking to be a kickboxer because now they're famous. And the hilarious thing is, I saw this at 5 o'clock in this town every Friday night. The entire town has the television on to kickboxing, and they're rooting for the Lord's gym.
Cheryl, your team is making such a tremendous difference. And I just want to appeal on behalf of Crossroads Missions to those of us who just can't even begin to think of a 5-year-old traffic. I mean, it just, I can't even imagine anything like that. And I hope and pray that all of us will do our part, and that as we think about the resources God's given us, we'll think about Cheryl and her team that are standing right in a place where if Jesus was on planet Earth, he would be there. We have no doubt about that.
And Cheryl, we know you've got a number of interviews and a lot more footage that will help us to understand all that is happening, the bad and the good, the light that's coming into that area. So we'll look forward to it coming weeks, seeing that. Thanks for doing what you do, Cheryl.
Thanks.
All right.